Welcome back. In this exercise, what we're going to do is take a look at using video as a creative means rather than just straight entertainment. So basically, video now becomes content subject to manipulation. And the way that's done is by putting the video into a movie clip, and that opens you up to all kinds of things that you can do with movie clips in Flash. So let's get started. I want you to pop over to the exercises folder, and inside it is 04 Creative, and inside that is a file called creative.fla. And when you open it, you'll see that I've set this thing up for you. There's an image in the background. These are the good old boys in St. George, Bermuda. And I'm going to have a video of a young lady from the former Macromedia, her name is Bettina, walk across the street and check out the good old boys. And this is what it kind of looks like when you start. And as you can see, she just sort of walks across, taking a look at the guys sitting on the bench and just generally checking out the sights. Now, because we've put this into a movie clip, you can do some pretty amazing stuff with it. Remember, we've got an alpha channel around this thing. We've got this thing under the video that is masking out the background, so we can have some fun with that. So if you select the video on the stage and then go to Filters and apply a drop shadow filter, and I'm going to give you a big one here simply because I just want you to see the effect. So we'll make it 15 pixels, set the quality to high, set the color to black. And you can see that the filter is applied to the video object, but if you test the movie, you'll see that as she walks across, there's the drop shadow. Now, the really sweet thing about the drop shadow is you can have some fun with it. For instance, let's just assume that we want her to be a ghost. Well, then we can just hide her, just hide the object. And if we hit Control or Command Return or Control Enter, you'll see that a shadow walks across the stage. The other thing we can do is we can knock her out. We'll just knock out. And if we test the movie again, we've now got just the outline of the girl with a shadow behind it, which is kind of an interesting effect. Okay, let's close that. Okay, we're going to just keep the drop shadow going here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add another filter. Just give her a little bit of depth. And we can do that using the bevel filter. And we'll set the quality to high. And we're going to take the blur X and blur Y real low, about 1 pixel. That'll be fine. Keep the strength at 100% because you just want to see the effects, so don't worry about toying with them. Test the movie. And you can see that she's picked up a bit of a light on her left edge, which sort of gives her a little bit of depth and kind of makes her look a little 3D. Okay, so we've got that going. The next thing we can do, if we select the drop shadow, if we select the filters, is we can just twirl up the filters and we can actually put a color effect on this and have her interact with the background image. For instance, if I apply the multiply blending mode to her and I take off the blur filter or the bevel filter, we'll just get rid of it. Watch what happens when she walks across the screen. It now looks like the image in the background is being projected onto her. So you can have all kinds of fun with this stuff. And with the addition of the 3D tools in Flash CS4, you can really have some fun. So I'm going to remove the drop shadow, and I'm going to select the object. And what I'm going to do is just get the window, the transform panel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate on the y-axis. I'm just going to give it a negative rotate, just like that. And I'm going to close the transform panel. And then I'm going to select the object and just move it over here. There we go, just a little bit off the edge. And now watch what happens when I play it. Bettina comes walking onto the stage. It looks like she's been projected. So we'll turn off the projection because it's kind of a neat effect. We'll just change it to normal. And we'll test it again. And Bettina walks onto the stage. But you notice, because I have rotated it on the y-axis, as she moves along the stage, it looks like she's getting closer and closer to the camera. Notice how she gets bigger and bigger? It's because she's getting closer to the camera. So you can do some pretty interesting effects just by thinking of video not as entertainment. If you think of it as content, there is amazing, amazing stuff that you can do with it. So have some fun.